Imagine a bath, but instead of water, you are submerged in waves of vibrations and frequencies. Most people see sound bath pictures and videos on social media and think it's just pretty music for meditation. But there's actually a profound mental and biological shift happening when we surrender to these sounds. Hi everyone, this is Savra Sounds, and I create crystal bowl sound baths for your relaxation, healing, and deep rest. If you've ever wondered what exactly is a sound bath, why is everyone going to them, and why are they walking out of them feeling like they've just had 8 hours of sleep, this feeling of wholeness, and just like $1,000,000. This video is for you. Today, we are looking into the science of sound baths and why this is one of the most powerful and underrated healing tools we have available to us. A little history. Sound healing has actually been around for thousands of years. A lot of ancient cultures have used sounds, chanting, and different instruments for healing and spiritual connection at different ceremonies and rituals. In modern times, the tools look a little bit different with crystal bowls and chimes and flutes. However, the idea is exactly the same. It's to bring the mind and the body back into balance. At its simplest, a sound bath is an immersive, full body listening experience. See, you are not just listening with your ears, you are receiving with your entire nervous system. The instruments that we use, such as crystal bowls, metal bowls, gongs, chimes, these instruments create pure tones. So, unlike the song on the radio that has a predictable hook or a pattern that our brain tries to follow, sound baths are non-linear, meaning there is no predictable hook or a pattern for the brain to follow. So our brain is forced to stop analyzing and just start experiencing. Here is the science of sound baths. Our brains basically operate on different frequencies. When we are awake, we're working, we're active, our brains are in beta waves. And sound baths use a process called brainwave entrainment, which is really rhythmic syncing. These slow, steady frequencies created by the sound bowls can slow down our brain waves into alpha and even theta waves. So, beta waves are when we are alert, we're thinking, we're concentrated. Alpha waves are when we are in a deep, deep meditation. We are very relaxed and we're very creative into a flow state, maybe. And theta waves is when we are in deep sleep. We're dreaming, we're in a trance state, or in deep visualization. And sound baths can help us slip into these states, which is normally only available to us right before falling asleep or right after we wake up, when our consciousness is still somewhat there, but mostly we are in our subconscious minds. This is where deep healing and subconscious processing can happen. This is also why we're encouraged to do positive self-talk and affirmations right before falling asleep or right after waking up. This is when our brains are highly impressionable, highly receptive to change, growth, and even self-realizations. And this is where it gets so powerful. Sound baths can stimulate our vagus nerve, which is basically the on and off switch for our parasympathetic nervous system. This is where our brain tells our body it's time to rest, restore, digest, and repair the body. And as a result of our parasympathetic nervous system being turned on, your breathing might get slower, your body might feel heavier, and your thoughts might get quieter. And for overthinkers like me, I am so grateful that sound baths exist and I can just turn it off. You may have seen those pictures and videos where different sound frequencies are played near a body of water or on sand, and it creates different arrangements and shapes. That is proof that sound frequencies can have physical effects. And guess what? Human bodies are roughly 70% water. And sound actually travels 4 times faster through water than through air. So these frequencies are basically like a cellular massage, breaking up the physical and energetic tension that we may have stored in our bodies. How cool is that? Today, we live in a world that's designed to keep us in a state of high beta. The constant notifications, the noise, work, stress, you name it. It's a lot, and we simply don't have the tools to regulate ourselves all the time. There are a lot of tools to help regulate ourselves, but they require a lot of effort. Let's say yoga, which I personally love, but I need a full 20 to 30 minutes of practicing these asanas to really feel like I've slipped into this relaxed states. Or the gym, right? I need a full hour for me to feel like I've fully released all of that stress. Sound baths are not a complete replacement for, yoga and working out, but this can be a passive tool for the days where you just don't have the energy to go to the gym or do anything else. With sound baths, the only requirement for you is to just show up and lay down, and even just 10-15 minutes can really help you slip into this really relaxed states. And every day, sound baths can look a little bit different for different people. For me, I've had experiences where I've slipped into these trance states and intense visualizations and mystical experiences, really. And there have been other sound baths where nothing has happened, or I simply planned a trip or cleaned my kitchen. Basically, sound baths can meet you exactly where you are that day. My very first sound bath, I actually slipped into a trance state where I was in a room full of mirrors, and I walked closer and closer to a mirror, and for some crazy reason, I decided to look behind the mirror, where I saw a little girl just sitting there kind of hiding, and I immediately knew this was my inner child, and it was me just hiding from the world. I'm not really sure. And obviously, this was a few years ago where I tried to ask her to come outside and just be outside, and it's safe now, and go experience the world as authentically as you are. And I even tried to drag her out. Actually, I would have handled that situation a lot differently now. Um, but yeah, that was a gift that the very first sound bath gave to me. And I go back to that place all the time in my meditations. And, I did spend some time with her, and actually a lot of time with her. And I think in a chronological time, about a half a year, I just hung out with her. I took her shopping and did all the inner child healing stuff, which I can talk about more in the next video. But there has been other times, like I said, there's nothing really happened, and I really rested, and these sounds really makes me feel like, sometimes there's nothing to fix, there's nothing to do or prove, and you can just be one with the frequencies, and let it take you wherever you need to go. And you really don't need to be good at meditating or doing anything. All you have to do is just show up and put on your headphones or no headphones, and just listen and just be curious and allow whatever is coming up for you. So thank you so much for watching this video, for being here with me. I really hope you enjoy my sound baths, and I would love to hear from you. What have your experiences been like? Are you resonating with this content at all? And if you are, I would love for you to subscribe and like this video and comment on my videos, and let me know how you're feeling about the sound baths and what's coming up for you. I am a brand new YouTuber, and I would just absolutely love to connect with you all and see what's coming up for you, and not feel like I'm just here talking to a wall. So thank you so much again for being here, and I will see you in the next video.